How's it going, fellow Detroit Red Wings fans? So, the trade deadline is upon us. We made videos talking about who could possibly be trade bait, trade targets Yzerman and the Wings could go after, and finally mock trades as to what they could look like. If you haven't seen them, I recommend you check them out to gear up for the deadline. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We are here to start to take a look at the NHL entry draft, something that is a big event in Hockeytown, as Yzerman is an absolute mastermind at the draft table. So let's take a look at the 6', 179-pound center / right winger, Brad Lambert. We will take a look at his skills, how he's doing this season, how does he fit into the lineup, and should the Red Wings draft him. But before we get too far in today's video, I want to give a shout out to Todd Alwards. We have had tremendous support from you guys, and we want to start thanking you guys for making the Red Wing Nation community a community. So if you want to get a shout out, make sure you subscribe and join lots of other great fans of this team and sport. So Lambert is a very interesting prospect, quite literally ranging from 2nd overall by Smart Hockey to 18th overall by TSN's Greg Button. But why is that? Well, just like one of last year's draft prospects, Fabian Lysell, Brad Lambert hasn't had the best season. 1 game short of how many he played last season, and currently at 9 points in 45 games played, as opposed to his 15 points in 46 games played last season as a rookie. He is actually 3rd in U19 scoring in the Liga, but there is a large spread between him and 1st and 2nd place. So why should we even look twice at Lambert? Well, not to sound generic, but the kid is highly talented. A lot like Lysell last season, he has tremendous skill, but just can't finish, and he has played a tremendous amount of games on the international stage and has had tremendous success. Especially this year's World Junior Championship before it got cancelled, Lambert heated up and was tied for 2nd in the whole tournament with players like Mason McTavish, Connor Bedard, and Owen Power. Sure, it's a small sample size, but against his own age, he does really well. So what are other people saying about him? In an article written by McKean's Hockey about Brad Lambert, he goes on to say, epitomizes the word fun. With nearly every touch of the puck, Lambert dazzles crowds with a game built entirely around world-class levels of skill, explosive speed, and agility. It's a combination of those 3 traits that has some scouts enamored with Lambert, believing him to be a top 5 candidate in a 2022 draft class that's proving harder and harder to rank near the top. It's those same 3 traits that have safely landed Lambert a spot in the discussion surrounding the draft's best transitional players. Very few draft eligibles are able to fly through the middle of the ice the way Lambert can, combining sharp directional changes with razor-tight puck handling mechanics to squeeze through molecular-sized gaps in the defense. His tools are not the only thing that makes his transitional game such a threat, as he combines them with good habits and fundamentals to become the ultimate transitional asset for his team. Which is just kind of what makes Lambert so good. He really does a lot of things right that aren't easy to teach, but he definitely needs to iron out more of his game and learn to finish more consistently. In an article written by Nick Richard on Dauber Prospects, he said, dynamic forward who drives the play with his combination of elite skating ability and excellent puck skills, needs to round out his game but has first-line NHL potential. The good news for the Red Wings is that our scouting and development has been top tier the last couple of seasons. If they identify talent in Lambert, they certainly can develop him into a top tier player. Alright, so where does he fit in the lineup? This is a little bit of a difficult question to answer because he is kind of a project player, meaning he has to work some things out, but if he can, he could be one of the best players in the draft. Given Yzerman's history, if he does select him, I imagine he will likely turn into a top-line player. But to be modest, we will say right now his realistic potential is slightly better than what Berggren's potential is currently, meaning we will likely get a second-line winger for a playoff contending team. So finally, should the Red Wings draft him? Well, right now the biggest hole we have to fix is at center. We have prospects and players, but no big-name prospects that will likely be able to challenge Larkin to any extent. So, center should be our top priority. Now, Lambert is listed as a center/right winger, but he does play a lot more on the wing, so I think if our pick is outside the top 5, closer to the 10th overall pick, and there's no glaring center prospects that would fit the hole we need, then I think the Red Wings should select Lambert. What do you guys think of Lambert? Let us know down below. Red Wing Nation was designed to be a community of Red Wings fans that can come together and talk about all things Red Wings. If you like this video, make sure you drop a like. That way we make more content that you like. And lastly, if you're a Red Wings fan, if you're a hockey fan, if you're just a great person, make sure you subscribe and join lots of other great fans of this team and sports. And until next time, lights on the red light district.